What's up, UH Nation? This is Tyler Klein here in Westminster. Night of the draft. We got our free agent night. I'm here with Matt Cannizzaro, the GM, aka Big Luscious. We're here in it's the green room, but we're gonna call it the brown room because everything's brown. You know, the pre-draft room. So, Matt, obviously you're a GM tonight. Guys are in there playing right now. We're gonna draft here in about an hour. Tell me, what is your strategy for this draft?
Well, I think it really honestly depends on who you get and where you are in the draft. I mean, obviously, if you got one, you've got a tough decision, I think, between Josh and Bo. But at that point, due to your salary cap, you're done, and you got to wait. If you got the mid-round, maybe the late rounds, you're going to have to find some gems. You're going to have to go for that $6 million player. Then you're also going to hope you can pick up another $6 million player, maybe $7 million player, and then find those young guys, those rookies, free agents that we have, and hope you land some. That's kind of the strategy. If you go high, you just like you said with your salary cap, if you're taking big guys with big numbers, you got a great player, but you're stuck, and you have to fill in.
So you're saying like you would not, you sitting at about 10 million, Bo sitting at 19, you would not take Bo in hope because you're afraid that you take Bo, you've hit your cap, you're going to have to get a bunch of unknowns out there, some 450,000 people. Is that kind of what you're telling us?
Yeah, I mean, if you can get Bo, I think you get Bo. But I think if you want a full-rounded team and you want somebody and you got a deep five and maybe a couple coming off the bench that you can trust, you have to go for the mid-range ones. You have to go for the 6-7 millions because then you can have a full-rounded team and hope you can beat whoever has Bo and whoever has Josh or whoever has Mike Brooks and hope that you can beat them because if you're going low, you don't have a choice.
Okay, so last question for you. So you've seen the draft list. Who's the sleeper guy? Who's the guy that people know about, but they're not sure if they're going to draft because his salary is kind of maybe like a $4 million guy, but he's actually probably worth around 10 or 11. In your opinion, who's that guy?
Well, I think you got a couple guys. I saw Brandon out there. I think he's at $5-6 million. He's a really good player, somebody you could get. I think there's a couple guards out there, Mike and Cameron, roughly around $4 million. Pretty good little guards, good shots. And then you've got the big guy. I can't remember his name. I think he's in Ryan. Is that it? Ryan. He's only at $3-4 million, but that's a big guy you can add to your team. And of course, the big rig. He's about $4 million, and you can get somebody in there. That's right. He won't.
So, what's your team? What are they called?
We're going to be the American Psychos this year.
American Psychos. Do you want to give us a prediction on American Psychos? Like not hey, we're going to win the championship, but what do you think your record will be at the end of this league season?
The word psycho, we're going to be crazy. We're going to have crazy defense. We're going to have crazy skills. We're going to have crazy intensity. We're just going to come ready to play every game, and if we go down, we're going down swinging.
Are you? So you're going to take the Wichita State mentality, play angry?
Absolutely.
Every night, play
Absolutely.
angry.
Play angry. Play with controlled aggression. Gotcha.
So you hear it from Matt, a.k.a. Big Luscious. The American Psychos, be looking out for them this season here in Westminster. Thank you, guys, and we'll catch you after the draft. Everybody, it's Tyler Klein here in Westminster. I'm here with Matt Rice. What is your nickname? Like I think one time in an interview or article I called you Mighty Mite because your jersey said Mighty Mite. Do you want to go with that, or what's going to be your nickname?
Either way, I was a big fan of Jason Williams, so White Chocolate was one of my favorite names.
White Chocolate.
But whatever.
I like White Chocolate. We're gonna stick with the White Chocolate. So we got Matt Rice here, aka White Chocolate. We're here in the green room / brown room, right before the draft. We just kind of want to get your input on some strategy you have going into the draft tonight.
Well, let's keep it simple. If I am the number one pick, I'm taking Bo. Period. And then I'm naming my team after Bo. Bodacious. Probably Bodacious. Number 2 or something. We'll make it simple.
Bodacious point 2.
But I think as far as my draft strategy goes, you got to go with the best players. I mean, if you got a chance to put Michael Jordan on your team, you're not going to put him on your team. Of course you are, and Bo is the Michael Jordan of our league. So I think you got to do it, even though we're penalized. We're done drafting at $25 million. We got to take that risk and do that. But maybe if you take Mike, then maybe I'm sitting at $20 million and I can get one more player. But if you get a chance to put the best player on your team, I think you got to do it. And then after that, you evaluate where you're going to go from there. But ultimately, I mean, it's about winning. And if you got the best player, I think you got a better chance of winning. Gotcha. Bo likes to score. I like to pass. I think it'll work out good.
Can I have the mic? Thank you. So let me tell you this. So we've got a GM like Saul GM he's worth about $4, maybe $5 million.
Yeah.
So obviously, him being a low salary GM, he can pick up 2 or 3 really good players and then still get his role players that he already wants. So how do you, as a GM, going into the draft knowing that, how do you combat that?
Well, my plan from the beginning was to actually pick up Saul, and then he double-crossed me and went out and decided he wanted to get his own team. So he was actually a sleeper in his own aspect. So, I mean, if Saul ends up picking up Bo, Lord help us all, because Sal's good, and he's already got some good guys. The rest of us probably won't draft just because we know they're Sal's buddies.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe I will take one, and I'll try to work out a trade with him or something. I mean, when is the trade deadline, Tyler?
Week 4.
Week 4 is the trade deadline?
Trade deadline.
All right. Well, so when new players come in, if they do, and you don't have a chance, you should have signed up to begin with. But if they did come in, is there going to be like a luxury tax penalty, or what are we going to do about those guys?
Those guys aren't in.
Oh, they're out.
We're not letting, only people in the league registered as of tonight are allowed to be traded. No extras.
So there you go. Get signed up early. Next time, maybe just sign up right now for the next league since you kind of lost out on the last one. Oh,
So if you get Bo,
Yeah.
we know what your team name's going to be.
Yeah.
Bodacious
We'll
2.0.
go Yeah. Oh,
2.0. If you don't get Bo, what is your team name? Have you been? This has been keeping you awake at night. I already know.
This doesn't help me sleep well because it's very important that I do my team right. No matter what, though, whoever I pick as my number 1 player, we're going to name the team after him, just out of respect for that player, and because I'm expecting them to do a lot of scoring. That's the truth. I got you. And you know, I mean, ultimately, we're going to build our team around the first players. The idea, not around me. I mean, I'll fit in where we need to win at, but ultimately, the first player is going to be what we try to build everything around, and we go from there.
I thought, and this just hit me in the middle of the interview. I thought, obviously, your last name is Rice. You guys could be the Rice Krispies, or Rice Krispie Treats, something of that nature. I mean, that kind of has a good ring to it, and it makes you hungry. Snap, crackle, and pop. We out there, we snap, crackle, and pop.
Bow of rice.
Bow of rice. I like that. We got Matt here. If he drafts Bo, look for the name Bodacious 2.0 or look for Bow of Rice. We haven't ruled out Rice Krispies because they got the snack, crackle, and pop. But check back later after the draft. We'll let you know what happened. Thanks, guys.
Concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100%.
After out, I had the 8th pick, which means it's a snake draft, and I got to pick 2 in a row, and my first 2 picks put me over $35 million. So officially, I have to wait on these guys to get to $35 million if they ever do, because the average team should only get $33 million. I really appreciate that, guys. I probably could go home right now if you guys can't hurry. All right, thanks.